My dear students, how are you? I think all of you are fine. It is our expectation that all of the people of the country will stay safe, home and stay safe. I think all of you are at present staying at home and taking a good preparation of your learning. So today I like to take another class on this first paper, Unit 12, Lesson 2, the Akaluki House. You will open your book, read the passage with me. I think if you read the passage with me, it will be very helpful for you. So, I request to all of you to read the passage with read the text. Hakaluki, a rich hub of biodiversity and livelihood. That is a new term, I think, hub. What is the meaning of this word? Hub means most important part, most important part of something, or a rich hub of biodiversity. Another word, biodiversity. The meaning of this word. The number types of plants and that. So, from the very title, we have got two new words, hub and biodiversity. I think all of you are well known with the words biodiversity. Now, I am trying to read the text, the passage, and you will follow me. Bangladesh is blessed with huge inland open water resources. It has numerous river, canals, gills, lakes, and vast areas of floodplains. Another new word, flood. What is the meaning of the word? That means flooded area. Flooded area. It has, that means Bangladesh has numerous, means a lot of, a huge number of, vast areas of numerous rivers, canals, gills, lakes, and vast areas of floodplains. Hakaluki Haor is one of the major wetlands of Bangladesh, with an area of 18,386 hectares. It supports a rich biodiversity and provides direct and indirect livelihood benefits to nearly means almost or above 1,90,000 people. This, however, was declared an ecologically critical area in April 1999 by the government of Bangladesh. Hakaluki is a complex ecosystem. How is the ecosystem of Hakaluki? How? A complex ecosystem containing more than 238 interconnecting bills and jalmahols. How many bills and jalmahols are there? More than 238. I think you will remember the number of bills, jalmahols that those are interconnected with Hakaluki. The most important bills are Chapla, Tinla, Pona, Dula, Sakua, Borojala, Balijuri, Lamba, Tekonia, Haurkhal, Tural, Bahalpuri, and Chinaura. These are the most important of Hakaluki. Hakaluki Haur is bounded. Bounded means surrounded by the Pushara River as well as a part of the Sonia Boddal River to the north, by the Fenjugan's Kulaura Railway to the west and to the south, and by the Kulaura Dianibaja Road to the east. The Haur falls under two administrative districts, Maulvibazar and Sylhet. The name of the districts are Maulvibazar and Sylhet. Some 1,90,000 people live in the area surrounding the Haur. How many people live there surrounding the Haur? 1,90,000. Exactly. Right. Hakaluki Haur is an important source of fisheries resources for Bangladesh. Now, I can ask you a question. Which is the important source of fisheries resources for Bangladesh? Can you tell me? Absolutely, you are right. Hakaluki Haur. Hakaluki Haur. So, you have got an answer of a question. Kalibaush, Boal, Rui, Bhagor, Papda, and Chapila are the main fish species found there. And I can ask you another question. What are the main fishes found in Hakaluki Haur? Can you tell me? Please tell me. Yes, Kalibaush, Boal, Rui, Bhagor, Papda, and Chapila. You must, I think, you are fond of this fish. And I also like this fish. From the Kushiara, there are frequent upstream movement of fish towards the bills and tributes of Hakaluki. Upstream. Do you know the meaning of the word? Okay, I am writing the meaning of the word. Upstream. In and flow of a friction against the flow of water, that is called upstream. So, from the Kushara, there are frequent upstream movement of fish towards the bills and tributes of Hakalu. The bills in Hakaluki Haur provide winter shelter. What does it provide? It provides winter shelter for the mother fisheries. For the mother fisheries. You should remember it. Keep in mind. In early monsoon, this mother fisheries produce millions of fries for the entire downstream fishing communities. And what do you mean by the word downstream? Downstream is opposite of upstream. In the early monsoon, these mother fisheries produce millions of fries for the entire downstream fishing communities. Floodplains are also an important source of fisheries resources within the area. However, many of the bills have lost the capacity to provide shelter for mother fisheries because of sand deposits from upstream rivers and canals, use of complete dewatering technique for fishing, and lack of aquatic plants to provide feed and shelter for parent fish. What do you mean by the word parent fish? Parent fish. Fish capable to breed. Understand? Fish capable to breed. The Haur is a very important resting place for migratory waterfowls flying in from the north. Waterfowls. Another word, waterfowl. That means water birds. The most interesting species is the bar-headed goose, which is now hardly seen in freshwater wetlands. Many other important species of waterfowls make the Haur their temporary home. Unfortunately, illegal poaching, poaching, another term, means hunting something secretly. Understand? Poaching means hunting something secretly, and that is called illegal poaching. Has been a threat to the waterfowl's population in this vast wetland. Hakaluki Haur is known as a good grazing land in winter. People from villages around the Haur and also from distant areas send the herds for grazing. During this time, herders make temporary shelters near the bills and graze their animals for a period of 4 to 5 months. The Haur had a dense swamp forest in the past, but deforestation and lack of conservation practices have virtually destroyed this unique forest in the last 2 years. Swamp. 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 What does it mean? Watery land. Watery land. Okay, I do not like to go through the next part of the passage. I have already read half of the passage, the text. Now we'll try to write down the answers of some questions. Please try to follow me. I'll give you some questions. And I am telling you to read the first, second and third stanza again, because from these three stanzas we will try to practice, or we will try to write down the answer of some questions. Now I am giving you a question and you will try to answer with me. Flowchart. In our previous class we practiced flowchart. I think today we will try to write another flowchart, how flowchart is written. So based on your reading and make a flowchart showing the characteristics of quality on is done for one is done for you. Number one, you know how to write flowchart. But one of the major here, try to notice, based on your reading and make a flowchart showing the characteristics. What has been asked? Characteristics of what? Of Akaluki house. So from the first stanza you will get the characteristics of Hakaluki house, and you have to write down them in the another 5 boxes maintaining. Understand? While writing flowchart, you must keep in mind that you cannot break the sequences of the text. You must maintain sequence. So I am trying to practice. Try to write down the next 5 boxes or 5 points in the box, and I will help you. Next one, the second one, next one, that means the second one of the major wetlands of Bangladesh. What has been told in the first box of the flowchart? One of the major wetlands of Bangladesh. And what can we write in the next box? Try to write down with me. In the second sentence, we can get this point from the second sentence of the text. It has numerous rivers, canals, gills, lakes, and vast areas of floodplain. Sakaluk Haur is one of the major wetlands. Major wetlands. Have you got the point? Yes, you have got the point. Hakaluk Haur is one of the major wetlands of Bangladesh, with a land area of 18,386 hectares. This is another characteristics of Hakaluki Haur. So we can write another characteristics of Hakaluki Haur from this sentence. Try to write, and I will help. How can you write these features or characteristics? A land area of 18,386 we have got the second point, or we have write down the second point. Third one, and try to write down the third one. So read the next sentences. It supports a rich biodiversity and provides direct and indirect livelihood benefits to nearly 1,09,000 people. And from this sentence, we can write down two characteristics. Can you imagine? How can you write? Try to imagine, or try to write down two characteristics from this sentence, and I will also help you. So I am writing the third point, or third characteristics. Third characteristics. What has been told in this sentence? It supports a rich biodiversity. And you must keep in mind that at the very beginning sentence we have write down a point, not a sentence. This is a phrase. This is another phrase. So your third point, third characteristic must be written in a phrase, not in a sentence. Not in a sentence. So I am trying to write, and you will also try. It supports a rich biodiversity, and from how can you make a phrase from this sentence? Follow me. A rich biodiversity understand? And we will write down point 4 or box 4. How can we write? How can we write? and provides direct and indirect livelihood benefits. What does it provide? Direct and indirect livelihood benefits. So we can write down another point from the sentence. A provider of direct and indirect livelihood. A provider of direct and indirect livelihood. Next one. And read the next line. This house has declared an ecologically critical area in April 1999 by the government of Bangladesh. This is another, and from this sentence we can write down another characteristics of Hakaluki house. How can we write? An ecologically critical area. An ecologically critical area. Last one. Last one. And for writing the last characteristics, we have to read the next line. Hakaluki is a complex ecosystem. Hakaluki is a complex ecosystem containing more than 238 interconnecting reefs and jolmobs. So, a complex ecosystem. We can write it. Can we write it? Yes, we can write. A complex ecosystem. So, from this first and second stanza, we have practiced how to write a flowchart, and the things that must be keep in mind, the important fact that we should keep in mind while writing flowchart is that we cannot break the sequence. Try to follow that. I have written all the characteristics maintaining sequences of the text, and I am again telling you that while you will write flowchart, you should maintain the sequence of your points. And if you write down the last one at the very beginning of your in the place of second one, and if you write down the second one at the last one, then your sequence will be not maintained and you will not be provided. And in my next class, I will go on my lecture on this text, and we will practice next question items. So take a well preparation on this text. It will be very helpful for understanding the text, and it's an expectation that you will stay at home and stay safe. At the same time, you will go on your study very mindfully. That will be helpful for your next class, and I am sanitizing my hands, and you will do so. Thank you all.